Wait, let's say our pronouns real quick. I'm a he.
I'm a starfish. You and I are sick.
You walked into a lion's den.
You wouldn't know that it was human meat until they said to you, human carpaccio.
When I think about eating people, not only do I think about how they would taste, but I also like to think about their personality.
Walked into a lion's den.
Just call me my guy and we're good.
Yeah, call me my dude. That's it. You sound like the dumbest robot made.
I am the dumbest robot.
Thank you for listening to Splittin Hairs. On this podcast, you're gonna learn about yourself. I'm Ashlynn Salzano.
My name is Chris Metcalf.
We're all lizard people anyway.
When's this out? Well, this is Thanksgiving's coming up for us. This
Yeah.
might be out after Thanksgiving, but who cares? It's the thing. It's the holiday season. It's what counts.
Well, I feel like you're still recovering from Thanksgiving on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. There's a little bit of feel. Monday is like you're like Monday is like okay. We're back because it kind of ends up being like a long weekend for a lot of people.
I feel like Tuesday you're back. Actually, I feel like you're never back.
Mentally,
I
yeah.
feel like you're never back. I feel
Yeah.
like people don't come back after Thanksgiving.
People are whisked away into the holiday season. For
Yeah,
a lot
because
of
then
peop-
it's done. Then you got like 3 more weeks of work, so it's like
Right.
yeah.
Can I just turn the volume down on the headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
You know where it's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. I
see
don't care.
Cool, thanks. Cool. Yeah, like because for a lot of people, like when Thanksgiving starts, are like that's the Christmas has begun.
Yeah.
You know,
Or you're just like, oh, I'm gonna have more days off.
the holidays
It
are here,
starts.
right? The corn is over. Put the pumpkins away and the corn away and the husks and the scalps.
The boring part is over.
Get the Native Americans out of here. It's time for Jesus. It is the end of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And time
No
for
more-
the Christians, the birth of our Lord and the fat man who comes. Yeah.
Man, this is gonna be a wild episode. I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him go. I'm not. He's in a mood right now. He is performing. And
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood.
You're in a mood to perform your accents and voices. So I'm gonna. This is a big mouth
Which is
episode.
why I'm in a good mood.
This is a Nick Kroll episode, apparently. I can just tell. It's like the first 5 minutes, and you already have done a voice, a character. It's over. It is over. Yes.
But I'm not wrong though.
Yeah, you are.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's like people. It's like get all that fall shit out of here. Now it's time to focus on like the big day.
I feel like that happens November 1st. I feel like November 1st, right after Halloween, people are like, it's holiday. Like I start hearing like holiday music.
I do start hearing it, but those people are crazy.
Yeah, but those people are necessary.
Yes, of course they're necessary. You need them.
I feel like it's, don't get in your head now because I called you out for doing voices.
Oh, I'm still doing them.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. We wanted them. But I feel like it happens November 1st. I feel right after Halloween, people are like, okay, what's the next holiday? It's very depressing in the winter. We need stuff. We need stuff to move forward. So
Right.
I feel like after Halloween, they're like, okay, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah. But I feel like the people who like November 1st are like, it's Christmas time now. Like those people, like I feel like Thanksgiving's in the way for them. You know what I mean? Because you're there for Thanksgiving. Because like I feel like I can't start Christmas. To me, my biggest holiday outside of like the government holidays that we've talked about on the show, like I just love like a day off with no obligations. But outside of those holidays, Thanksgiving's my number one. Like it's like a thing at my house, like with the turkey, the deep frying the turkeys and getting them. It's like it's like a whole what's the word I'm looking for? Like ritual.
Right. It's tradition. It's a big thing. It's a resort. It's a retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, like the Christmas is like I know Christmas is coming. I hear the bells jingling off in the distance.
You hear the
carols.
The reindeers in the sky.
Yeah, I hear. Yeah, a little reindeer turd falls down onto me
in my coffee.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
Bloop.
I still drink it. The coffee was expensive.
Well, it tastes like mistletoe.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes like Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, it's what
reindeer
it is.
poop. You guys didn't know that.
For me, Christmas starts like around like November 15th.
Now, why the 15th? That's a very specific day.
You ever seen Miss Congeniality?
A long time ago, but yeah.
Do you remember when the girl is like, when they're like, what is the best date? Like a date.
Like to go out.
On. Yeah,
okay.
But they ask her what's the best date, and then she goes April 25th because it's not too cold and it's not too hot. All you need is a light jacket. But they were asking her like, do you remember that?
No.
I feel like mine is so specific. Like I was like November 15th.
It just felt right. Yeah. It's just like.
I feel like the middle of November because I think what happens is I start to be like, fuck, I gotta buy gifts. I think
that's what, the economic pressure, the holiday pressure. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's when it starts for me where I'm like, okay, no last minute shopping, but it's gonna be my list will be
cash.
done. No, but
cash Christmas.
Oh, they're getting gift cards, baby. This is the year of e-cards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, what was it I said? Here's a gift card and suck my ass or something like that.
Yeah, now suck my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
sorry. Go ahead.
So you start thinking like, okay, my list will be done, but I'm still gonna last minute shop. Like, it doesn't change for me. Like, my list is done, but I will be last minute shopping.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna. Well, none of my family. Aaron listens to this, but it doesn't matter. But the rest of them don't. I think I'm gonna like give my family like I'm gonna spend the same amount of money on like a bunch of high end like lottery tickets, give them to them, but then like I'm gonna like draw up like a verbal like a contract. But it's gonna be like double down as like my Christmas card, and it's gonna be like, oh, like Merry Christmas, whatever. By accepting this gift, you contractually agree to give Chris like 10% of any winnings above $10,000. like love Chris, and then like have them like sign it.
Yeah.
Just in case they hit like a big one.
Yeah. Because then you're going to be pissed.
Right. I'll be so pissed.
You're just, you know what? You sound like a dick, but you're just putting yourself, you're setting your boundaries.
I don't want to be mad at them.
Yeah.
Let's not let this money get between us.
Over a holiday.
Right.
Over a holiday gift.
Right. That I bought you.
I want to give it to you with my whole heart.
Right.
And 10%.
Right. Yeah. I'll put like clauses in there, like ways I'll accept the money. Like
right.
I'll accept Cash App, Venmo, direct check, cash.
Nudes from Sean.
Right. Yeah, blackmail.
Yeah.
Things that I think are worth value in blackmail. I'll take assets. Yeah.
You're like to your dad, you're like, I'll take the Long Beach Island house.
Right.
He only won like 10 grand. You're like, I'll be taking this now. Their car, their Acura.
Yeah. You want to make payments?
Yeah.
You can set up in a payment plan.
That's fucked.
If you can't keep up with it, you know.
Yeah. I'm getting everyone e-gift cards. That's it. Done.
That's smart.
Yeah. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to ask people what they want. And they're like, I want this. Oh, no way. I want this. And it's like, you know what? And plus the canals are backed up. So I'm like, just a good e-card.
Wait, so when you say an e-card, do you mean like a card like where you're like, oh, this is like $100 to like Aeropostale, like that? Or like just like a Visa debit card that's got money on it?
Well, some I'm going to give like Amazon gift cards.
Okay.
And then some I'm going to give e-gift cards are like email. So I'll do like Gap.
Oh, so you'll just email it to them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So e-gift card is when you
right.
just email like a Gap. You buy it online and then they send,
right.
Gap will send them an email and be like, hey, Ashlynn Rodriguez just sent you Christmas. I feel weird that I said my real last name.
This is my episode. I'll bleep it out for you.
Yeah, please. I'm in.
I'll change it over and dub my voice in Salzano.
No, not your voice. Why it gotta be yours? Can't you put someone else like
well,
a hot girl or something?
Just give me a voiceover or something, or just give me a soundbite right now. Just say your stage last name, and then I'll dub that part in.
One, two. No, on 3 or 2?
On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, 3 or 4?
No, on 3. It's not even about that I'm even going to do the actual editing. I just wanted to get you just to commit to just being like, Salzano. Like I'm taking like VO.
And you thought that you were going to get me to do that. Meanwhile, I'm up here playing the puppet. You're like, I'm going to get her so good. She's going to look a little bit stupid.
I didn't think you were going to look stupid.
But like in a fun way, you're like, that's stupid. Say it. And I'm like, please, you stupid. And I'm like playing with you here. You thought you were going to get me.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think I was going to get you. My thought process was like, hey, this would be a quick little fun, dumb participation bit. And we move on. But nope.
I don't participate.
I got Geppettoed. Yeah.
I don't participate.
Geppetto doesn't participate.
That was in my report card that I don't participate.
Yeah.
In school, I got like this badass report card, like a progress report
It was
card.
like all F's, yo.
No. Negative F. It was like, you ever got like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a progress report and it's like of your week. And the teachers write like Monday, like, Ashlynn did well today. Ashlynn actually respected today. Like, like, you know what card I'm talking about?
We wouldn't get them on a weekly basis. My parents, it was like a halfway point before we would get our report card and they would do a progress report. It was similar.
So mine is different. Mine is because of like behavior problems.
This
so
one
not
included
everybody,
that shit.
So no, not everybody got one.
Oh.
It was just me.
Oh.
Like some other kids had one.
So this isn't like standard for all the students.
No.
This is just for the active ones.
Yeah, the active ones. That's a nice way to put it.
I was similar, yeah.
That was very kind of you, the active ones.
Were they like, did they say a lot of this? I bet you got a lot of this. Where they're like, look, she's not bad, but she's just distracts a lot of the other kids and is very, doesn't sit still a lot and kind of, like that was mine. Like they were like we have to tell him to sit down a lot and like to stop disturbing the class, but he's not like a
bad kid.
Like like I wasn't like, hey Tim, and like
yeah.
Like I was just like, yo, what's up? Like
what's happening? What's
yeah.
up? What are we doing today?
Yeah.
What's up? You want to go like
yeah.
fucking raid the teacher's desk?
Yeah.
No reason. I was mine was more like obedience. Like I wouldn't listen a lot. Like
right.
Like there's one note that's like in library time and like free time or library time. We used to go to the library for free time. I think they were like, Ashlynn did not want to read a book and instead she decided to play with Mancala beads.
Yeah. I wish.
Like at the end of the day, was I wrong? No. Was I wrong? Was I wrong, Chris? Like
No.
it was free time. Like I wasn't disturbing. I just wanted to play with Mancala beads.
Right.
I remember like they were, because you remember like the Mancala
the game, yeah.
Yeah, the game was like, and it had the holes
little
on
cups.
it.
Yeah,
Cups. And you had the beads.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember like just spreading all the beads and then picking them up and then spreading.
Yeah.
Like that's all I wanted to do.
Nice. That's not. I feel that. I would definitely do that.
So like, what was her problem? You know what I
So
mean?
did somebody at that point like? I mean, I know this was so long ago, but like, did they write the progress report because somebody came over and was like, Ashlynn, you're supposed to be reading, not playing Mancala?
Well, it was like
or was it more like, you guys could do whatever you want, and they're like, a lot of the children are reading, but Ashlynn's playing with beads over there in the corner.
I think it was like
and it's concerning us.
I think it was that they hoped that because we were in the library, like we take free time. I don't remember it being like strict because I didn't get in trouble.
Right, they weren't like, Ashlynn, quit playing with the beads and start.
Well, the librarian was like, you should pick up a book, and I was like, I don't think so. I'm like, I'm good.
I got these,
and this is why I don't know English.
Same way. If they put me in a library and I had the choice between a folded up Mancala board and a Ziploc bag full of colorful beads and a book, guess who's playing Mancala by himself? But a lot of Mancala back in the day. Lost a lot of money playing Mancala.
I lost a lot of Rice Krispies playing Mancala.
We should start.
A lot of Dunkaroos that I cried over Mancala.
We should start. Like, you know how people do like underground like poker tournaments? We should do fucking high stakes Mancala. Just in here like smoking cigarettes. We got like businessmen like, hiding money from their wives,
like
coming
Budweisers
in here.
and all
big
of that.
Buy-ins.
Yeah, Scotch, whiskey, but just Mancala beads.
Yeah.
And some of them are weird about the hand. They're like, let me get a hand towel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get like stressed out and shit.
That game, I don't know what country in Africa that game started, but I know it's like it came from Africa, and we should get like a legit like Mancala, like whatever they're called, shaman or whoever made that, and get them, and they're like the dealer, you know what I mean? Like that shit.
Like legit.
Yeah, and then like one of us has to be like the one to like, you know, serve the drinks to everybody, and then the other one kind of has to be like the no bullshit like pit boss. Like, so I'll put on like a mini skirt and kind of like serve everybody, and then you'll stand there in a suit
and bitch slap everybody.
And just yeah. You know, like you've seen that shit like in those like have you ever seen that
like
shit?
mafia places?
Yeah. It's like Tony like. Have you seen Sopranos?
Yeah, when Tony used to run the games in the hotel room.
Yeah, like that shit. Yeah. You'll be Tony, and then I'll be like the girl that you hired that like to just kind of like keep the boys happy while they're playing. You know, chill.
Take care
another
of
light,
men.
Another cigar. Yeah,
you'd be good at that.
I think I'd be great at it.
And the music.
Yeah, get the music going. Yeah, I'm trying to throw in like some deep cut like shit. Like I'm throwing in like some Daft Punk. They're like, "What is this shit?" I'm playing Mancala. Get the Swahili shit back on.
Yeah,
they want like
Lindsay Lohan or something. They like want Paris Hilton's. Like, put that Taylor Swift red on. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
weirdo.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I didn't get in trouble at all. Like they wrote it on my progress report because it kind of was like I wasn't listening.
Right.
But I was just like, if I can, like, I don't know why you guys want to contain me to free time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, then
even
stop
when
calling
stuff
it, like stop calling it free time. Then.
Right. Call it reading time.
Right.
Then I'll pretend to read.
I'll stare at the
I'll
stare at the words and think about playing that calendar.
Yeah, and I'll turn the pages. I'll finish 10 books in one fucking sitting. Tell me it's reading time.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, if they had audiobooks back in the day, man, that would have been a game changer.
We would have been geniuses.
That was
people like me and you who need to be distracted by voices.
Yeah.
That aren't our own.
Right. I need more stimuli than just like staring.
Yeah. I remember another thing on the progress report was that a teacher asked me to stop chewing gum, and I told her it was my mouth and I do what I want.
You were having a day. How old was that? How old were you on that one?
I was like 7 or 8.
Damn. Whew. She caught you in a bad mood.
She caught it. She caught the pistols. The pistols were hot. It was roasting day.
Yeah, because you're not wrong. That's the thing. You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. That was the problem that my mom had a lot of times.
Right.
It's like she's not wrong, but you're just like not doing the thing people want you to do.
Right. And I've seen kids be wise asses about the gum and be like, oh, it's, you're not supposed to chew gum, and they're like, how about I just suck on it then?
You can't do that in my school. We would have been like, hey, yo!
Hey, no homo over here.
He gay! Yo, he suck on the gum.
He sucks on his chewing gum.
Yo, he's sucking on a gum. You can't do that in certain schools. I don't work around here, buddy.
Yeah, they don't fuck with that.
Yeah. What do you got on your list?
I wanted to say, first of all, these flowers are here. Unfortunately, Kate passed away. This is a funeral. These are her passing away flowers. How you been holding up, by the way? I didn't want to bring it up out of the gate.
I wish you would have went to an open mic before this. So you could have just released all
out.
The bullshit. All the shit.
Work it out.
Just throwing shit at the wall. I wish you would have had an open mic before this. Kate got me these.
They are really nice flowers.
Yeah, I know.
Are these just kind of just? Are these for an occasion or just kind of just?
They were
hey,
just.
Love you.
Yeah, they were just because she loves me and she knows I can do better, and so.
You got her on her toes. That's smart.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I told this girl. She was like, I think like my boyfriend's like crazy, and or she was like, he's nice, and I think I'm the crazy one. And I was like, that's good. You want to be the crazy one. The crazy one has all the power.
Yeah.
The crazy one has all the power in a relationship. And we're not talking abusive or all
like
that
keying
shit.
your car and shit crazy.
No, yeah. I'm talking about like just like two normal people, but one is crazier.
Yes, that's what I'm saying too.
So
I'm saying not
the
keying the car. I'm saying not that type of crazy we're talking about.
Okay, because you have to let me know because of the type of women you dated. Crazy could be.
There's a gamut.
There's a
gamut, and that's how I know.
Yeah, exactly. So I was gonna say, you know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
how we were talking about like how definitions mean different things.
Yes. Yes, yeah, and you got to make sure we're on this. We're using the same definition.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
But the person who's the craziest, like if you're in kind of like a normal relationship, whoever's the craziest has the most power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they're the fun one.
Yeah.
And they're the one. They'll drop you like a like nothing. Like it's nothing.
Or if they don't drop you like a dime, they're
drive
them.
You to do it. They're gonna drive you to do it.
But also to drop them like a dime, you're like, oh, that's gonna be a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
They ain't going down easily.
No. Never.
So that's that's what's good about being crazy in a normal crazy relationship.
Yeah. You kind of want to have that leg up, the crazy leg up.
The crazy leg up, yeah.
So, well, then this is a testament to your craziness. So congratulations.
I would like to thank my mother for giving me abandonment issues. But just really like to thank everybody that wasn't there for me. You've made me crazy.
Oh, yeah. And for Kate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, her again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And her, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway. Kate!
What's the name?
Yeah.
What's the word?
Wait, you're alive, right? Yeah.
Sometimes when me and Chris are like debating a word or something like that, like we'll be like, hey!
We've done it on this show.
Oh, yeah. What's that word?
Yeah.
You know, the one. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Definitions. Poor her. She is in a dumb house.
Yeah, well, she's buying, Yeah.
Hey, what can I say? I got that WAP.
Yeah.
She knows.
Got that milkshake.
Yeah.
You want to keep it for the old school people
For
like
the-
me.
like-
Yeah.
You're like, for grandpa.
For grandpa over here, there's a female artist that named Khalees.
You should have glasses. Okay. Here it is.
Pick from the many. I mean, the headline's the top one. These are just
Right.
things to help me remember some of the
Okay,
stuff
I'm
that
gonna go.
happened.
I'm gonna go with number 2.
Number 2. Oh, okay.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah. Welcome to the list. So like, I don't know if I mentioned on the show, but like, well, I know that I've talked about Sean being in Europe, but then Sean left me the keys to his apartment to like get his mail and like do other shitty, but I've been like squatting there like part time because his apartment's way nicer than mine. Anyway, I could say he doesn't listen to the show.
And becoming, Sean.
And becoming Sean. This is his shirt.
Sean is gonna come back. You're gonna murder him. You're like, sorry, I want to be you.
I'm you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean. These flowers are for Sean. He doesn't know it yet.
Sean's dead before he came back from Europe. So like it's the vibe is very different down there. Like he like lives in like the heart of like the East Village, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm so used to busy streets being like Latin people and black people
Right.
that like when I step out of his place, especially on like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, like, and it's just like what I think is like mostly college students, much younger, a lot of white people, like just like everyone's cool and everyone's like whatever, and it's like the walk by like conversations that I've been hearing are like really annoying. Like I miss hearing just like Spanish and not knowing what they're saying. Whereas like here, like, so this thing I heard that like just has stuck with me is like this girl like told a story and she was like, oh my God. And then when you sent that text, oh my God, even thinking about it right now, I am screaming. She wasn't screaming at all. I'm like, it's like, was she, like, is it that she's afraid that she's like, by actually screaming or reacting or just not giving? What is that? What's that?
Look, this is something.
I know I sound like such an old man.
No,
but what the fuck?
this is something I agree with you, but I'm also simultaneously that girl too. So this is like a hard spot for me because here's the thing: like I've literally done this. Like when I saw that picture, I was screaming. Like I'm screaming. Like it's kind of like, and this is what we've spoken about before. It's kind of like women are so good at exaggerating. This is why we're impossible to argue with. And this is why, and I'll say it here, I don't give a fuck. This is why I think we are better at comedy than men.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this.
Because women are the best at exaggerating.
Right.
Okay, even the most exaggerated man does not beat the most exaggerated woman I've ever met. Like a person who's so exaggerated, you know.
And in terms of, if we'll split here to make sure that we're talking the same definition.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying too when you say exaggerated in terms of like story embellishment.
Oh,
and like
shit.
the way.
The robots are like, shut up! I'm gonna play music. That sponsor was by Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
God, what were you gonna say?
Clarifying what you mean about like, what was the word you used?
Exaggerated.
Fuck, I can't remember the word you used, but whatever. Just like, I think you're talking in terms of like embellishing a story, like going wild. Because I think of I can't remember the fucking word you were just using to describe women comics and why they're better. Were you saying exaggerated or over the top? Because I also think of somebody like Jim Carrey back like when he was doing like wild shit, but like I don't think that's like what you're talking about.
I don't think I'm talking about like in physicality.
Right, that's what I'm
talking about more like mental and like story.
Yes,
and
like exaggeration and taking it there.
And writing and everything.
Right.
I think women exaggerate a lot. And I think...
And it probably comes more naturally, maybe?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So what were we saying too? What were we talking about?
Because I told you that story about the girl who was like, oh my God, I've been screaming.
So like that literally simultaneously means nothing to us, but a lot. Like if you're screaming like, oh my God, I'm screaming. You were like, right? Like... we would understand what we're saying, but you're like, what? Right? You heard that sentence.
And I knew it. Yeah.
Because we're drinking seltzer.
Yeah. No, I knew what she meant by it, but I was just like, it's the same thing as like how like literally has a new definition. Like when someone says literally, it doesn't mean literally anymore.
Right.
And obviously in texts, I exaggerate text. Like when I write LOL or I write ha ha ha. Well, with you, it's different because you actually do make me laugh via text sometimes. But like if I'm just like talking to somebody, like they might make me like, oh, that's clever, or that's smart. But I'll put like ha 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 ha.
Oh, I do the same thing.
I'm not like actually like truly laughing, but that's texting and that's different.
But you know what?
But not in like what? But like she's walking and talking with somebody.
But you know
she
what?
She could just be like, oh, that when whatever she talked about, like, oh, that text that you sent.
But you know what I realized about like ha ha ha. Even when I make you laugh or you make me laugh, like sometimes I do like ha ha ha, but I'm like laughing internally. But it's like
right,
like there is a difference. But we do that, and like. I feel like that's out of respect now. Like that was entertaining. I feel like that's what that is. Like that was an entertaining statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the line for me is that's text. When we are together, you're not like it's almost like that girl was like speaking in emojis. Like it's like when she says screaming, to me what pops up is that emoji where and the tears come out of the sides, like screaming. Like she's like almost saying the emoji in person rather than like in conversation. She could have said something else like, oh, you made me laugh the other night with that text that you sent me, or that text that you sent me the other night was wild, I've been thinking about it ever since you sent it to me, rather than like, oh my God, that text you sent, I'm screaming right now.
But honestly though, how is that any different than she's just changing weird from screaming? It's just her language. It's just a new language, Grandpa. It's just new language. But
I'm not even some proper like linguistic person. I'm not like saying, I don't know. There's something about it that just seems
But I think it's also like lingo. Like, because if I said like, yo, that picture, I'm screaming. Like, I'm not saying that I was like laughing. I'm not even saying that I'm like, ah! Like, it's kind of like I was like, bitch. Like,
right.
Like when you're saying it's a lingo.
Right.
It's not that you're not like, I was screaming. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm screaming. That means you're like, ah, or you're like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a lingo. I just think lingo is changing. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm just going to have to live with it.
You know,
everyone's going to have their VR goggles on.
Every time you come in here, you just argue about something that girls do, you know?
Well, I was actually just going to say that I also wanted to be clear. Like, I hear like dumb shit guys have said that are down there, like walking around.
Like tell us.
Like,
we'll wait.
I heard this one guy like basically be like, yeah, I pretty much like ghost every single one of them. But it's just like, fuck it, who cares? Like, and again, these are just like things I'm hearing like in like passing, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you're a fuck. Like, he's not like murdering anybody, but it's just, and he's like hitting his vape. You know, he's like 22 or what? Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like a different, like, it's like everyone that's like Gen. I guess he's Gen Z. Is that Gen Z?
I don't even know.
I don't even know what there's, but it almost just seems like they're more, they're like in person communicating and like speaking more in reflective of like what the internet is like. Whereas like you talked about on a recent episode how we're like analog stepping into a digital world. They're like already digitalized and going deeper into it. Like I feel like we talk less like the internet than they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're subscribed to it more. And I feel like it bleeds into how they communicate and like deal and handle things and have perspective on things in reality.
It's their way of communication.
Or thought process
But it's their way of communication because when you're communicating, now we're communicating a lot through text, through email.
Dating apps.
You're
selecting
chats.
People through
But you're not like calling people anymore. So it's like this has changed. So like your primary is text as opposed to in person, like voice.
Right.
So that's why the lingo is changing because it's the majority of texts we do compared to the talking we do has switched.
Right. The level of communication is like way higher. Yeah.
We're from an age where you communicated more through voice than through text. I mean, we met halfway. So the other day, so I saw this commercial, right? And the little girl's like, we are Gen E and we want to have like a cleaner environment and boom, boom, right? And she's like, you know, she was cute and she like her family. She's like, we want a cleaner environment, boom, boom. And then I'm like, I turned to Karen, I'm like, what did she just say? She's a Gen Z or Gen E? Is that the new after Gen Z? And Kate goes, I think it's General Electric's Ashlynn. So that's how lost I am when you're over here being like, are they Gen Z? I'm like, Chris, I thought Gen E was out there.
General Electric, very progressive now, you guys. Yo, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny.
That's how lost I am with it. I was like, Gen E already? I was like, and then I don't even make the sense of like, oh, it's Z-E. I'm like, nothing makes sense anymore.
Right.
Generation Electric. That could be it. I'm so fucking far gone from all that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's so hard to know everything that's happening.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to pick a few lanes and be like, these are it.
It's also very exhausting. There's like new information out there every day. We're supposed to, and then it's like not even new information, then new information on how we're supposed to feel about it too. It's a lot. Like I saw this thing that was like Gen Zs are bringing cord headphones back because AirPods make you look like finance bros. And I was like, what? Like, how am I supposed to feel about this? Like, is this like, you know what I mean? It wasn't even like this, the article was like, cord headphones are coming back. It was like Gen Zs are bringing back cord headphones because AirPods make you look like finance bro.
Right.
So you have to decide if you want to look like a finance
Do you
bro.
want to look like someone who has money and what, like, yeah, it's
and
this
is that
weird,
inside?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like this weird thing. It was
Wouldn't you rather look like a librarian
Wouldn't you rather look like someone in the 90s, like trying to avoid their parents?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you rather look like that? Wouldn't you rather look like someone who's disassociating from their parents' argument?
Imagine a world where you can buy all the platform shoes and Jinko jeans you want and you don't have to ask permission for it. That's like the new Gen Z. Like, that's like what they want. Like, just like 90s fads, but like now you can do it. You don't need your parents' permission.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of, like with fashion, I feel like a lot of kids don't need the permission anymore that we needed. I feel like everything I fucking wore had to go through my mom, and she had to like send it to my aunt and do all of this. It was just like there was a lot of restriction on what we could wear because it was like I feel like back then it was more like, well, how you dress is how you are, and now it's like, not really. You have a big ass hole in your shirt and it could cost $3,000. You know what I mean? Like, I also feel, and it's good because I like feel like girls are kind of starting to like have confidence in their body.
Some
like at a young age now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I don't understand why you said some then.
Well, because I feel like the narrative, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about how young girls or teens are having like body image issues because of like social media and shit.
Yeah, but that's because of like Instagram. Those are like kids that were like suicidal.
I don't know.
And then said that like Instagram gave them body dysmorphia.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. And they were trying to sue Instagram and all that. But I'm talking about like, you know, like a lot of young girls I see in crop tops and they're like, it's no longer like, don't wear that because like you're going to turn men on. It's like, no, you can wear that. And if a man gets turned on by you, you're a child and he should be disgusted.
Right.
Which is what I like.
Yeah.
I like that shit. Because you should be disgusted. Because I like women. I ain't never seen a 15-year-old with a crop top and was like, huh, look at this. Now she's not 15 in my head because she's wearing a crop top. Like, you're a fucking pig.
You know, it's funny you say that. This past summer, so like down on Long Beach Island, like it gets like busy down there, and like there's like the center of town, like in Beach Haven, and I specifically remember, speaking of how much of a fucking old man I am, I was driving around and like growing up, like, you know, when you're like under 18, that's where you like go. That's like where all the tourist people go. Like there's like teen night at like the club and shit. When I fucking drove around down there, I was like, I could. To your point about like how girls are like, I guess, more comfortable in the way they're dressing, I was like, holy girls did not, I don't know, dress like that. And if they did, like I knew girls who would like dress one way and like have clothes in their bag.
Right, to
and
hide
then, like,
from their parents.
Change when they went out. But like these girls, like their parents dropped them off. Like this wasn't like,
yeah.
And I was like, they were dressed like 16-year-olds dressed like fucking 20, what I would consider like a 20, like someone older, dressing. And I was like, this is creepy. It was just like creepy. Like I just didn't. I don't know. I also don't like sitting near a park when there's kids because I'm just like, I just feel like someone's gonna be like, look, there's a pedophile. I'm like sitting there with a notebook. Like,
right.
I'm just like,
you're like, I gotta get out of here.
I'm out of here. Like, I don't want anything to do with none of that.
Anything I do right now is gonna make me look creepy.
Right.
Anything I do.
I felt creepy noticing how scandalous I thought their clothes were. I was like, this is creepy. I even thought of me thinking about this. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I was just driving through at the time, but just the feeling of just like, oh, I don't like any of this. Just get me out of here.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was weird.
But I like it. I like the progression it's in because it's also like teaching a lot of boys that because you see skin doesn't mean it's an invite.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like it's still teaching consent and like just because you're seeing, you know, because how many times have we heard like, well, she was wearing that so she deserved it. You know what I mean? Like in rape cases. Yeah,
that narrative's dead.
Well, it's not, but it's got to be dead. It's not because it's still used.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes, it was there when we were growing up. You saw that.
Of course, I remember it, but it was never used in like a was it ever used in like a defense within a court?
Yes, Yeah, and they like to bring girls' sexual past up. And
well,
all
I know
that
they
shit.
do the sexual past, but like I didn't know that they did like, well, she was dressed scandalously, so
well, they'll be like, and
why wouldn't he assume?
Well, they'll be like, well, what were you wearing? It's not that they're like, this woman. It's not like a movie. Like it's not like they're like, this woman was dressing like a slut. She deserved it. But they're like, what were you wearing? And all of that.
Right.
So it's still used, but that should be done with. And I think us dressing like that changed the narrative because it's like, no, we can dress however we want. You still that doesn't give you permission to rape us. You know what I mean? Or sexually assault us. Like that doesn't mean we're begging for it. Like learn self-control. Like my friend's daughter, like she's got a crop top and she's like 11. And I was like, I think that's kind of fierce. I think that's kind of fierce. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, okay.
It's funny. It's like interesting because I feel like if I had a daughter that was that age, I wouldn't want her wearing that. And I know that probably in some way makes me like an anti-feminist, I don't know, conservative. Like, I don't know, the idea of having like my daughter, like, I don't know, I guess you just got to like let shit go. I don't know. I just couldn't, like, I'm just, I don't know. I'd be like.
I think what happens is that every parent probably feels like that. And then they're like, but look, all the girls are dressing like that. And it kind of just, you're just like, I guess this is the norm now. And your wife is like, don't be like my father because you know how much of a slut I am.
Right.
Because my father tied me up. You know, because like my father, you know, my parents were so in control of what I wore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men are trying to teach their daughter, like, yeah, you can wear whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you're like, those days are done with. Right? I think a lot of fathers are like trying to move forward with that with their daughters.
Maybe I'll go like the other way. And be like.
And have your son wear a crop top?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, my son can wear a fucking banana hammock and sneakers and go out. I don't care. Go for it, dude.
But your daughter can't wear a crop top?
Well, I wouldn't be worried about my son like potentially getting like sexually assaulted or nothing like weird like that. I'd be more protective of a daughter.
Yeah, but you're like, my son can go his balls out, but my daughter can't show her upper torso.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't have to. I'm a parent. A proud parent.
That makes no sense.
I have a son. I have a son and a daughter. My daughter is locked away upstairs in a chastity belt at a tower that I built with a one-sided lock, and she can only go to school. My son, he's going to raves at 13.
It's that Bill Cosby shirt you got on.
Yeah.
That's why you're.
I love how we've jumped to Bill Cosby, that I've poisoned women.
No, I just mean like the way your thought is about women. I didn't really mean like, you know, that you're poisoning women. I just meant like your thought process of it.
Right.
Nice to know that your son can go dick out and your daughter has to wear
locked in a tower,
a gown
right.
to the pool.
Yeah. If she goes to the pool.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
How much time we at?
We have 15.
15. I think we should bring dueling back. I just heard a story.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
I had a. Okay.
No, go ahead. Dueling. Go ahead.
No, I can. I don't care. Listen, I wrote 3 things. So.
But why do you want to bring dueling back?
Well, because I heard this story recently about like Abe Lincoln that like this was before he was president, but like I guess when he was a lawyer, he would write these like sort of criticizing letters to like different politicians and like different like parties because he was like against how like things were, right? This is like kind of like, and I guess he wrote this one letter. I had to write the guy's name down, James Shields, this politician, and like this was at a time where like calling somebody out for like a duel was legal. Like you could just like call someone out for a duel, and I didn't know this about Abe Lincoln, but like this guy calls him. He's like basically he sees this letter, and I think the letters were public. Like they were kind of like public letters, or if someone got their hands on them, they like make like people would hear about them. So this guy, James Shields, gets on his fucking horse, like rides to find fucking Abe Lincoln and is like, fuck you, I'm calling you out on a legal duel. And Abe Lincoln doesn't want to do the duel. He's not into dueling. But at this time, this is like, if I call you out on a duel in front of people, there's like honor involved and like your
It's
political
like-
reputation's on the line.
It's like when people are like roasting you in front of your friends and they're like, oh, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I gotta do something.
I gotta say something
I gotta
back.
do something.
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, you gonna let that slide?
Right.
He called you out to a duel. Yo,
Right.
Abe, you a bitch.
Yeah.
Abe, if you don't go, you're a bitch. Abe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so like, but I guess part of the thing with the duel is whoever gets called out on the duel or whatever, they get to decide how they want to duel.
Okay.
And I guess Abe Lincoln chose broadswords. Like no pistols. He chose broadswords.
What is that?
I think it's like I think it's like the thicker, like almost like a knight, like a sword that like a knight would use kind of.
Okay.
And that like, I guess, you know, and then just like a bully at school, it's like, all right, in 3 weeks, we're going to meet here at this time.
At 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m.
Yeah.
and we're going to fucking duel. So like in this time, Abe Lincoln, I guess, knew somebody at West Point and took broadsword like fighting classes. And the reason he chose the broadsword is because he had long arms.
Yeah.
And he thought he'd have an advantage. And again, he didn't even want to do this, but he's just like, fuck, like, okay, I have to like do this duel.
I gotta choose something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever. I don't know what this other guy Shields was up to in that time, but they meet, and this is what I thought. I mean, the whole story is interesting, but where they meet at a sandbar on the Mississippi River with these swords. They don't end up going through the duel. Like, I don't know, something happens because I think was also kind of at a time like as more time goes on, like dueling became less and less popular. Like, I think like they would settle disputes like in other places earlier on quickly with a duel, but I think like, you know, and eventually became illegal.
Yeah.
So it's not like people are doing all the time. So I think whatever, like they didn't end up doing it, but like the fact that you're just like we could be doing this podcast and I could be like, yeah, in 3 weeks I got called out in a duel. I'm going down to the Hudson by the lighthouse underneath the GW, and we're doing a nunchuck fight to the death. So, but
So
yeah,
I might see you.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna kick this guy's fucking ass. So
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll see you on the next episode. But like I was like, could you imagine? Like we live in a world where you're just
But
like,
what happened
yeah,
to Abe?
They ended up not like.
Were you not gonna finish the story?
I said the end of the story is that they didn't end up dueling. I mean, and then
Did you say it and I missed it?
Maybe, yeah. I said they ended up not
Yo,
dueling.
you fucking sold that story, bro. Like, I am so mad at you right now. I was expecting something so climactic and so like a story like, oh, Abe chopped his fucking head off. Like, what is wrong with you?
Well, you know what's sad?
No, you are what's sad because you just sold me that fucking story. I was
But
like,
the story, but the lead up to it was good.
that's the problem. You keep like, and Abe, you kept throwing, and Abe didn't want to do it, and Abe,
And he did it.
But I kept thinking like, oh, the person who doesn't want to fight always slaughters. That was a waste. Don't you ever waste my time like that, okay? I'm
You know
sitting
what's
here,
funny?
I'm sitting here being like, wait, where's the ending? I thought you're going on your like tangent, and then you're gonna come back to the ending, and then you're just like, yeah, so I think it should come back. I'm like, what happened to Abe? What did I miss?
Well, I mean, it was like a thing. I mean, the thing that I read.
You're done.
But
You're
it's-
done. No, you're done. No storytelling from you.
It's-
No storytelling. That was wow. Like my heart was literally like, oh, some shit is about to go. No, that was just wrong, man. You were like, and then he chose broad.
I literally said like 2 or 3 times that they didn't end up doing the duel.
But you kept.
And that's why I even said I said they didn't end up doing the duel because this was at a time where dueling was less and less popular. So by the time that they met, he like it was kind of like not that common to be dueling, and that's why I like got into the whole thing about it became
But
less
you
popular.
listen.
And I also
4 times you said, and Abe ain't want to fight, and Abe ain't want to fight, and then like 3 times you were like, he chose the big ass broad swords, and he did some training on it. I said, okay, he's leading me up. It's like Kill Bill. You know what I mean? Where she like goes to the sword and fights, and then I'm like, yo, she's gonna kill like 5 people. I should have
just done a Tarantino and just fake the ending.
You should have, because I was like, yo, he's gonna cut the head of the sword, like of the horse this guy brings, the head of the guy, his wife. I'm like, Abe about to go shit.
Don't you think that would be a popular story if he had sliced some dude's head off?
Don't you think that maybe I was playing with Mancala beads when that Abraham story was going on? Do I sound like someone who pays attention? Are you kidding me? Anyways, I think Duel should be back because right now I would write you a letter.
You duel me? You would duel me right now? Just call me out? Yeah.
I would write you a letter because of this.
For the anticlimactic story.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out. Fuck Chris, pussy.
It's fun. The thing that I was reading it in was like part of this other book, and the thing that was funny was like, is that the moral of the reason they told the story was like about how like, it was like about like not criticizing people, and they were like, after that Abe Lincoln stopped writing these critical letters to people to be like, fuck you, your politics are bullshit, like all your things bullshit. Like it was like Abe was like, man, I almost had to fight a man with a broadsword, and he's like, I did it, and now I'm gonna stop like calling people out and I gotta rethink my game. Like basically.
You know what I'm glad you taught that. We should do that to internet people. We should, every person that like comments like fuck you, hope you die, or this fucking picture sucks, or you're ugly, or you homos, we should be like, I'm gonna duel you.
Duel.
Hey,
mother lover 69666, you piece of fucking shit. I want you to meet me down.
Hey, cat mom 89.
Maria Hernandez Park, Bushwick.
Yeah, exactly. That is so funny. Taught him a lesson though. Mm-hmm. Damn. I thought I was gonna. You know what? I thought Abe was gonna end up a hero in this end of the story, but he ended up being a bitch.
He ended up being a bitch and becoming president shortly thereafter, and like changing the current of the American people.
Right.
But he's a fucking bitch.
But he ended. But even the best person is a bitch.
I know. I'm just. I know. It's just. I know.
But it is one of those moments where I'm like, oh yeah,
bitch move.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just didn't throw down, dude.
And then not only did you throw down, but you were like, I can't stop writing letters anymore. I'm a bitch boy.
Yeah. Maybe I should button my lip a little bit. Yeah.
Scary that someone who did that and then was like, I don't want to fight, became president.
Yeah.
Well, to Abraham Lincoln.
To Abe Lincoln.
Wherever you are in Cuba. With Tupac.
He's still alive. With Tupac. Him and Biggie and Kurt Cobain, they're all chilling down on the beach.
Not dueling. Not dueling.
Why do they need to duel?
They're doing
they're all living it up.
Swords.
Yeah.
Swords classes.
I like to imagine a world of like all like the people who are like conspiratorially like still alive. They're all in like the same place together.
Yeah, Cuba.
Like even the bad ones, like they're all just like there.
Cuba, like Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, like
Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
They see them fly in and who they bring in?
Who do we got?
Who's so bad? And like, cause it's like either like good or evil too. Like it doesn't matter like what they did.
Yeah.
And they're like, who they bring in?
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah. Carol Baskin's husband's there. Champagne is there.
But they're also like Carol Baskin's husband shows up and they're like, who the fuck are you?
Wait, who are you? He's like, the dead husband from Tiger King?
But not even, because he's been dead for a while.
Well, dead.
But so like he gets there and they're like, who are you? And they're like, my wife killed me. Who's your wife? Carol Baskin. Who's that? We own tigers and I don't know what the fuck. What? No one knows.
She was on Dancing with the Stars. Come on. I mean, she's not my wife anymore. She's remarried now.
Yeah.
And it would be like prison too. They'd be like, what are you in for?
That's what I'm saying. That's what the fella has. What he do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're just like, yeah, we don't know what your deal is, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, MJ's there.
MJ's there, Prince.
Yeah, Prince, China, the wrestler.
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
No, but China has been found dead. It's only got to be
Oh,
people.
right. Well, I guess Kurt Cobain was also found dead then. But his death is a mystery.
Okay, we'll take that. He gets
But also wasn't Tupac's body was found. He wasn't missing persons, but we don't know how he died.
No, Tupac, but it's like a rumor that he's alive. That he never died, that that the body that they have is not really Tupac's body. He just fled because he's on the run and he's in Cuba, and that's why I keep mentioning Cuba. Because remember, like the U.S. couldn't go to Cuba or anything like that.
Right.
That's why I said Cuba. So it's got to be like Tupac. Like it can't be people that are dead though. It's got to be like there's a mystery to their death.
Right.
Well,
that's why I said Kurt Cobain.
We'll take. Oh no, because Kurt Cobain's body, that was more like...
It's like who done it.
Yeah.
Not that he's really alive. I mean, I'm sure there's some lunatic saying out there, but like I don't hear that. You're right. I don't hear that as like a normal narrative about Kurt Cobain, that he's like alive somewhere else.
Yeah. Elvis Presley, I hear like the king didn't die or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So he's there.
Yeah.
Who was the first guy that was there? Abraham Lincoln. He
but
can't die.
But he's, yeah.
Because he got shot in the theater. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of...
That's if you wanted to set up a murder, that'd be... He was in the theater.
What a way to do it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Up in the little thing up there, no one's really around. You got the tall hat on. It's like, did it hit him in the head or go through the hat?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. There you go. We don't know.
I don't buy it.
We'll see when we fake our deaths.
When we're on the island.
We're so influential.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why we make our mark. We die early. Because, like, it's kind of nice, though. Like, imagine if, like, Tupac was around. He just, like, ended up, like, just, like, he all these greats saved themselves from, like, stepping out early and, like, putting out bad stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a football player who doesn't want to retire.
Well, they always say that you're worth more dead than you are alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, they wanted to smell their roses, right?
Yes.
What they say, like, they don't...
Right, they don't
give
get
them,
to like
give them
reap
their flowers, right?
Yeah.
Give people their flowers when they're alive.
Right.
Yeah, they got their flowers.
Some of those people who are dead are worth more. Yeah. Where they're like, yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, all of them are.
Are all of them?
When people like
I guess,
MJ,
if they've doubled, right? Like if it's gone on long enough, like someone like Jimi Hendrix, right? How many remastered editions of his stuff has been put out?
They always say that people sell the most like when they die because people are just like, who's that? Boom, 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 boom. Like XXXTentacion, the rapper, he blew up. Nipsey Hussle's song started blowing up. Like you're more dead. You're worth more dead than
the
alive.
Rolling Stones.
People love to idolize you.
The Rolling Stones they're doing like Weekend at Bernie's with their bodies dangling.
They're not dead.
Well, they look dead.
Yeah,
they look fucking dead. Do you know what I found out recently? And this isn't even conspiratorial shit. That like, what's his name? Not Mick Jagger, the other one. The guy who's always got the cigarette in his mouth, who's looks more wrinkled. The other guy, someone who loves the Rolling Stones right now is freaking out. But the other guy, he's in Pirates of the Caribbean, like in like one of the first ones as like a cameo. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it will come to me. But they don't. This is like known that there's like a full like younger band like off stage or behind curtain basically like playing the songs because like they can't keep up with like the actual fucking music. It's kind of like when you see like a pop artist or a rapper, notice like sometimes when they don't sing every lyric, there's like a light backtrack going for them to like sing with.
When
it's
they
like
lip sync and stuff like that.
Right. It's like kind of, but like they don't always lip sync. Like I've been to some hip hop shows where like I've noticed like they're not lip singing, they're singing, but like the tracks there.
But that's what they use for lip singing. They just like lower it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a subtle lip syncing though, so that if you was to catch
it's
your
like
breath,
a weird karaoke. Yes.
If you were to catch your breath,
it sounds good.
You don't. There's no sound.
Right.
There's still someone singing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Not every two best rap hip hop shows. Shouts out to People Under the Stairs and Freddie Gibbs. Been two of the best hip hop performers I've ever seen. No backtracks and sounds fucking sick live. No backtrack. I was like, hell yeah. I'm not gonna start shitting on rappers that I've seen live that use the backtrack because I still like them, but like, just like, it was disappointing. But to see those, that was like cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you're just going raw. You're raw dogging it, and you're killing it.
Well, this episode is brought to you by Freddie Gibbs, I guess. You have
Wait, how much time?
Rather?
Oh, I didn't realize we were like at the end. I didn't mean to like close it out with.
You can close it out with whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It's closed out. That's it. The people get what they get.
The people get what they get. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Okay. I got one. Okay. Would you rather go to Cuba, the pretend land where the people are supposed to be dead, or would you rather go to hell with all your friends? But you don't know what's in hell.
All right.
All right. One, two, three. Hell with my friends.
Cuba.
You rather live with Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein, Tupac, Abe Lincoln.
And there's a list of others that we don't know.
Yeah,
about yet.
and Carol Baskin's husband. You rather live with them?
Like when I die and we go to the next life and I go to hell with my friend, my friends are in hell and then I'm with all them.
Or like you fake your death. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm starting a new life. It's a new life. So it's like I did my life with my friends. It's no disrespect, but now I have a new life with these new people.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be nobody to those new people.
Who cares? I'm gonna be a somebody to them because we're on that island, baby. They're gonna be they're gonna be like, he should. When Metcalf got here, we were like, no fucking way. Who is this guy? But now he's our favorite one on the island.
Yeah, they're gonna be asking you to bring them water with lime.
Yeah, do the German accent. Make fun of Hitler again. Yeah,
they're not gonna. I think you're gonna be like a performing monkey. You think? I don't think they're gonna want to look at you. You kidding me? You got Abe Lincoln, Tupac, and you still think that your German accent is gonna wow them?
It's gonna make them giggle.
Yeah, they're not mommy. I'm going to hell with my friends. We're having a good time, even if it's hot, even if we're struggling. I'm going to hell with my friends. Send me already. I'm ready. The devil will be obsessed with me.
What if? But you're just.
I love how I'm telling you.
You have a very optimistic hell. Like
I have an optimistic life.
But this is life after death.
I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, then I die, and then I'm boring. I'm not optimistic anymore. I'm optimistic. I'm an optimistic motherfucker. All right, good night.